Hi guys, it's Lindsay. Welcome back to my channel and to another plan with me. This is for the week of March 3rd through the 9th, and I'm using the Farmers Market kit from Scribble Prints Co. This was actually a last minute decision to use this kit. I was originally going to use the Fantasy Fan kit for this week, but for some reason I was like, no, I'm gonna use this one. This one's been in my collection for I feel like a little bit. So I'm really glad that I'm finally using it because it's like the perfect March kit. I'm using the foil bundle that came with the kit because this was technically a mystery when I first got it, but I am really excited to finally use it because like I feel like it's perfect because I still associate March with green, and this is very much so a green kit, so that's why I was like, okay, we're gonna use the green because I have to use it. Like I can't not use it. So yes, that's the kit that we're using for this week. I'll be honest, not a lot really happened this week with the exception of like me reading. I played some Dreamlight Valley this week, and then I did actually buy Sabrina Carpenter tickets, which was really, really exciting. I was going back and forth on whether I wanted to try to see Sabrina Carpenter because she did release new LA dates, and I was going back and forth and I was like, do I want to spend the money on it? Do I not? Do I want to go? And I decided just to like bite the bullet and do it because I feel like it would be really, really fun, and also I really like her newest album. So I decided to buy them. I bought them on the Tuesday of this week, and we bought them for November. So that's going to be a long ways away. But I'm really, really excited to be able to go to that. So another concert added to my list for this year, which is kind of a lot because I went to the Rascal Flatts one, I went to Stagecoach, and then now I am going to be going to Sabrina Carpenter, which is really exciting. So it'll be fun. But that's about kind of it. I had another dentist appointment this week because we be living with the dentist appointments. Oh, our car camping got confirmed. So as you guys are watching this, I should be driving back. It will be the day that I'm coming back from Stagecoach, but we actually got our car camping confirmed on this week as well, which was really nice because that means that we can stay in a car instead of having to worry about a hotel and stuff like that. So we're just camping instead. And then I watched Wicked for the first time since I had watched it in theaters. Oh, and then I went to the bookstore. So in San Diego, we drove over to San Diego, which is like a 2 hour drive from me, and we went to a romance bookstore, which is called the Meet Cute Romance Bookstore, and we actually went over there just because I thought it was a really cute area. I actually did vlog it if anyone was curious, but I wanted to just kind of check it out because it looked really, really cute. And then we went to a Rose Cafe, or the Pink Rose Cafe, which is like literally 3 buildings down, and we also went there and I got crepes, which are so good. And like we got some, I didn't get the coffee because I'm not drinking caffeine anymore, but my sister got a matcha latte. So she had some of the caffeine. And then what did I have? Oh, I had a lemonade, which was really good. So this was really nice because it was just like a fun weekend. I will say March was relatively busy for me, and it all kind of led up to April, which is now not as busy. So you guys will kind of see a lot of me doing some things in March, especially because the weekend after this, or the week after this, is my 10-year party with Disney. So I got to go to that. So that one's really exciting. And then I went to another bookstore in March. So I had a lot happening in March for some reason, but so you guys will see all of those spreads coming up soon. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the extent of what actually happened during this week. Nothing super, super crazy. I think, are we almost done with the base? I was like, I'm just kind of talking here. Yeah, we're almost done with it. I was like, we need to work on slowly getting into the day by day, but I'm putting down all of the foil with it. This foil was silver foil that came with it in the bundle, which it's really nice to have foil bundles because I planned a bunch of the 2023 spreads this past weekend and I finally finished it, and then that video is now uploaded of all of the spreads for that weekend. But a lot of them I didn't use foil bundles for, so I was like piecing together foil, and I forgot how nice it is just to have a foil bundle dedicated to a kit because it makes life so much easier. It's so much better because it's just all there and you don't have to try to piece together a bunch of foils. So that was really nice. But yeah, we will go ahead and get into the day by day. So for Monday, I did upload, and out of my normal upload script, so I had to use a little bit of a bigger one. These are my older ones that are from my shop in font 1. They're just a little bit bigger, so that's why they're a little bit on the older side. But I did use a filming slate like I normally do, and then a script for that. And then I did have my discussion responses as always on Monday. Guys, I'm so close to finishing my program. It kind of sucks though, because I'm going to have to wait all the way until November to do my gen ed classes that didn't transfer over. So that kind of sucks, because I'm going to wait until I can go through Disney Aspire, but I'm so close to this program being done, and it'll be so nice to have a break from doing schoolwork after I've been doing it for over a year. But anyway, for the discussion responses, I used a Once More with Love Munchkin like group project sticker for that, and then discussion responses is a custom in font 6 from my shop. And then I did have to schedule my root canal consult. I actually went to the place and scheduled it because they're in the same like vicinity as my dentist, because I had a dentist appointment on this day. So I just went there because I'm not a big fan of calling people. If it's something that's like an appointment of some sorts, I won't call them. So it was easier just for me to go in person. And for scheduling that, I used a little tooth icon that I believe is from Paper and Milk. And then to mark my dentist appointment for my fillings, I used a Stick with the Plan Co. Girl and an Appointment script from the foil bundle. And then I did go home and play Dreamlight Valley because I was numb, so I wasn't going to do much else. And I used I don't know where that switch is from. I want to say maybe Wonton in a Million or Paper and Milk. It's like that type of paper, so I'm not 100% sure. And the Dreamlight Valley script is from my shop. And then last but not least, I did watch Divergent on this day just because. So I used I don't know actually what character that's from, I will be honest. And then the Divergent script is from Carly Plans. Moving on to Tuesday. Tuesday was my payday, so I used both an icon and a script, both from the foil bundle. And then I had cramps on this week, so this was my first week that I had my period since I got off of birth control, which fun. We love it. It actually was not great. I was having some rough emotional mood swings. I had really bad cramps, so it was just kind of a rough time. I actually had cramps before I even started, which was great. But you guys will kind of see that a lot of this leads into what happens at the end of the month, but you guys will kind of see that I was really emotionally struggling this week, which was not great. But yeah, for the cramps, I used a Coffee Monsters Co. to mark that, and the cramp script is from Hannah, I believe. Or it's Carly Plans, one of the two, I don't fully remember. And then I did start Funny Story on this day, and I used a Once More with Love Munchkin to mark that. And then I did apply for care credit just in case if I needed to use it for my root canal. So just to mark applying for care credit, I used a Coffee Monsters Co. emoji for that. Moving on to the second half of Tuesday, to mark that I bought the Sabrina Carpenter tickets, I used a Munchkin that's just singing because I figured it was perfect. And then I did get Del Taco, and I used another Munchkin to mark that, and the script is from my shop. And then last but not least, I used a little Paper and Milk little tent to mark that our car camping got confirmed. Moving on to Wednesday. I was in my feelings because we were emotional. So I used a little it kind of looks like a little blobby munchkin. It's not. It's just like one that's like kind of like melting and laying on the ground. But I use that from Once More with Love, and then the In My Feelings script is from the foil bundle. And then I did mark that I was feeling anxious because unfortunately I was, and I had a lot of overthinking happening. So I used a Munchkin to mark that, and the ancient script is from Kinsey's Creations, who is no longer open. And then I did pay all my bills on this day, which is kind of rare for me. I usually pay them all on Tuesday, but for some reason I paid them all on this day. So I used a Carly Plans payment sticker, and the pay bills is from my shop. And then I played Dreamlight Valley again, so I used a Paper and Milk switch for that and another script. And last but not least, I ended my night with a YouTube binge, so I used another Paper and Milk sticker, and the YouTube binge script is also from Kinsey's Creations. Moving on to Thursday. Thursday I did get Starbucks, so I started my day off with a coffee run. I don't even know if I got coffee though. If I did, it was a decaf. But I used a Paper and Milk coffee cup, and the coffee run is from the foil bundle. And then this is kind of funny. So I marked this because I actually had a picture of it that was sent from one of my coworkers, and he took a picture of the baler that we have in the back, and it was literally just had cardboard everywhere. And I was like, what the hell is this? So I figured it would be kind of funny to mark it. So to mark that there was cardboard literally everywhere and was kind of a pain, I used a Wonton a Million sticker for that. And then I did have cramps on this day again. This was, I think, the day that I actually had started potentially. So I used another Coffee Monsters co-emoji for that and another script. Moving on to the second half of Thursday, I did, like I said, watch Wicked for the first time since it was in theaters. So I used a Wonton a Million sticker to mark that. I don't have a Wicked script, so I had to fill that in. And then I did actually look at our party menu. So I marked that it got released on this day because the party that I went to, they offered us a bunch of like free food and stuff. So I wanted to look at the menu and send it to my sister so that she could also look at it to see what we wanted to prioritize to try to get while we were there. So to mark that, I used another paper and milk sticker. I used a lot of paper and milk for this spread. I'm kind of surprised. Moving on to Friday, filming Lindsay hopefully will catch up. Friday, I did upload again. So I used another script and filming slate, the same exact ones that I used on Monday. And then I had a bad day. I think everyone was just bothering me on this day, and I'm pretty positive it had something to do with like my hormones and everything from being on my period, but I really had a rough day on this week and or this day, just this week in general, but everyone was pissing me off and I was like, I just want to go home. Like, I don't even want to deal with this. Just, I need everyone to leave me alone. And I don't get like that very often, but I do get like that sometimes, and everyone knows because you can just see it in my face. Like, when I'm having a bad day. And everyone is like, tell me what's wrong. Tell me what's wrong. Why? And I'm like, just please leave me alone. So I marked that I was having a bad day with a Wonton a Million sticker, and the bad day script is from my shop. And I did have to call my endodontist, and they're the ones who do the root canal on this day. So I used a paper and milk sticker for that. And then to mark that I was emotionally unwell, because I literally was, because that was just exactly how I was feeling, I used a scribbler to mark that. And the script is from Planet Hannah? Carly Plants? Why am I blanking on where all these scripts are from? I think it's from Carly Plants. Moving on to the second half of Friday, I did have a discussion board. I technically should have marked this up higher, but I think I forgot to mark it up higher. So I used a Once More With Love sticker for that, and then the script is from my shop. And then I did read a funny story on this night, so I used a Coffee Monsters co-emoji. And the read script is from the foil bundle. And then I bought more books because I have a problem. And I used a munchkin to mark that. Moving on to Saturday. Saturday we got our weekend Dunkin', as we always do. So I used another paper milk coffee cup for that. And the Dunkin' script is in font 6 from my shop, which will be coming open again. I promise. It's coming probably when I finish school is when I'll probably go back to focusing on it. And then I did read on this day, so I used a munchkin for that, and the read script is an old format of my font 1 from my shop. And I bought cowboy boots on this day, which is really exciting. I was planning out all of my stagecoach outfits, so I did buy cowboy boots on this day. They were the knee-high cowboy boots that I bought that I showed in the vlog. Oh, I was so excited about them. And then on the second half of Saturday, I did wash my costume. So I used a washing machine from Scrub Prince Co. And then the script is a custom. And then I did mark that I was tired AF because I actually worked a later shift on this day. So I was struggling because I was up a lot later than I normally would be. So to mark that I was tired, I used a Coffee Monsters Co. emoji, and the tired AF is in font 1 from my shop. And then last but not least, I did get In-N-Out. Whenever I close, I tend to get In-N-Out just because I don't get it very often anymore. And In-N-Out's my favorite. I love me a good double with onions. Oh, it's so good. So I did get that on this day, and I used a little bunny with a burger from Once More With Love, and then the script is from my shop. Moving on to Sunday. So first thing for Sunday, I did mark that I had to get up early, which I got up early so that we can get to San Diego. So I used a munchkin for that, and the up early script is from my shop. And then we did do our normal Starbucks run as always, and I used another one of the paper and milk coffee cups, and then another script from my shop. And then I marked just driving to San Diego because I thought it would be fun to mark it. So I used another munchkin to mark that. And then to mark Pink Rose Cafe, I actually wanted to use a specific like character with a coffee cup sticker because I don't tend to normally use those for when I do like coffee runs, so I thought it would be cute to use that for the cafe. And I have no idea where this sticker is from. I've had it for such a long time. It's from a random shop that I purchased from a long time ago, and I just was like, I need to use it. I have one more of them, and I finally was like, I'm just going to use this. It matches. It's good enough. So I used her. She's a little brunette with a coffee cup because I figured it worked. On the next half of Sunday, I did mark the crepes because they were so good. It was actually really cute too because it was still like Valentine's Day themed, so they still had some Valentine's Day stuff in the cafe, and then the cafe itself had like a rose wall and like really cute like photo ops and stuff like that. It was just really, really cute. So if you ever want to, or you're curious, look up Pink Rose Cafe in San Diego. But it was really cute, and the crepes were so good. I got one with strawberries and Nutella. Oh, it was great. For the crepes, I used this, I think that's a paper and milk. Technically they're pancakes because I don't have anything like specifically for crepes, so I figured the pancakes would work because they're cute. And then to mark the Meet Cute Romance Bookstore, I used an emoji from the Coffee Monsters Co. with like a stack of books to mark that. And then I did get a blind date with a book, so it was actually, I think it was technically called like Don't Judge a Book by its Cover, but I decided to put blind date with a book. I used a Fox and Cactus book to mark that, but that was actually kind of funny because we were kind of considering like which ones to get, and there was one that my sister had that was hockey related, and she was like, oh, I want to get that one, and I almost got that one too. And it was actually kind of funny because she got the book that I got as a present for Christmas, so I already had the book, so I was actually really glad that I didn't choose that one. Otherwise I would have had two of the same book. And then the one that I got actually seemed like it was really, really interesting. However, it's part of a series, so I might end up buying the other books first before I do read that one, just so that I'm reading them in order. But yeah, that was really fun just to do like a blind date with a book. And then I did go home and nap, so I used a munchkin to mark that, and the nap is from the foil bundle. And I watched the first episode of Severance. I actually don't have Apple TV, so I watched the first episode because it was free, and then I didn't know if I wanted to continue it, but I figured I would mark it, and I used another emoji for that. And then last but not least, I finished off my day by reading and used one more emoji, and the read script is from my shop. Oh, I need to breathe. Okay, so that is finally it for this spread. Here is what it looks like back in the planner. Super pretty, super cute. I will flip through everything that is left in the kit. I tried to stay away from the solid labels as much as possible because I like to use them whenever I need to pull in extra stickers. So I mostly have those left over, and then a lot of extra just like different boxes with different skin tones and hair colors. But here is a little bit of a wiggle for you guys, just so you guys can see the foil. Maybe. Hello, filming Lindsay, what are you doing? There we go. There we go. There is the wiggle for you guys. But thank you guys so much for watching this plan with me. If you guys enjoyed it, please, as always, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. And please leave me some type of comment down below because I do read all of them and try to respond as much as possible. And I will see you guys in another video very, very soon. Goodbye!